Parsons lining up the opening draw against Calgary White. Back to Fetchner. Fetchner up the boards, taken by the defenseman. Played up the middle, broken up by Tinker. Puck's played in by Calgary. Back after, it's Murphy. Murphy from behind the net, two stacks. Fetchner, though, gets the puck up to Tinker, who plays it to center ice. Tinker chases. D to D, and that's blocked by Nyland, it looks like. Played to the blue line, kept in by Fetchner. Played behind the net by Calgary. Tinker pressure. And cleared to center ice by Calgary. Nyland comes back for it. Got Fetchner. Fetchner brings it in. Pass out front, but Nyland wasn't there yet. Calgary now trying to get it to center. Gets it to center. Uskowski plays it to Allard. He plays it in deep. Houseworth can get a piece of that puck. Fetchner plays it in deep. After it is Houseworth, played behind the net. Wyatt pressured. Wyatt trying to center, couldn't get it there. Wyatt now back to the point. Here's Ben Beston. He's checked along the boards and continues to battle for it along with Wyatt. Puck gets out to center. Back after it is Uskowski. And it's played in by, and brought in by Calgary. Shot. Steered into the corner by Usinski. Played behind the net by Calgary. Here's Ben Beston. Loses it in the corner. And to the front of the net, broken up by Allard. Now Ben Beston playing it up the boards and out. Getting after it is Uskowski. Pressured. Calgary up to center. Back to the D. Pressured by Tinker. Fetchner plays up the board. Played in by Calgary. Back after it is Verduzco. Couldn't get to it. Played behind the net by Calgary. After it's Fetchner. Plays up the boards. Right. Trying to get the player. Unable to. Back to Fetchner. Fetchner plays around the boards. Looking for Kukiski. Now played to the front of the net. Shot right on, and Kukiski holds on to it. Tinker into the draw to the left of Brzezinski. Scramble draw. Poked ahead by Zakiski. Comes out to center. Right pressure. Played back in by Calgary. Fetchner back for it. Fetchner with one on her. Plays around the board. Zakiski couldn't get to it. There's Verduzco looking for right. Pass makes to center and played back in by Calgary. Verduzco back for it. Verduzco couldn't get to it. And Calgary tries going to the front of the net. Played out by Zakiski. Right pressure. In the corner behind the net now, Calgary. Crawford pressure. Played, into the middle. Wyatt back for it. Wyatt takes it behind the net. Wyatt brings it up the boards, looking to get it to Klump, unable to. Plays it in, Wyatt centers. Just misses Crawford in front of the net. Crawford plays it back in deep. After it is Wyatt. Up the boards by Calgary and through the middle. Murphy last down back. One-on-one. You got lots of help. Crawford there to help. Played it into the middle by Calgary. Murphy pressures. Played through the middle, taken by Klump at center. Klump loses the handle on it. And Calgary shot blocked by Allard. Seven pass taken by Wazinski, and she holds onto it for a whistle with 16:19 to go here in the first. Score 0-0. Here's Parsons in for the draw. Scramble draw, played back by Calgary. Shot right on. Wazinski unable to score the rebound. It's not written by Calgary. Calgary takes the 1-0 lead at 16:14 of the first period. Parsons in for the draw. One back by Calgary. Calgary brings the puck in. Fetchner knocks that one into the corner. Played up back to the point. Calgary to the front of the net. Shot. Oh, Rosinski gets that one and holds onto it for a whistle. There's a battle in front of the net. There's Houseworth in for the draw. Wins it back into the corner. Allard plays up the board, but Sinsky wasn't there yet. That's in by Calgary, and now Sinsky to Houseworth. Sinsky brings it up. Sinsky has Zukowski. Zukowski knocks it in. He's checked along the board. Pressured by Sinsky. Calgary brings it around the near side. Played to the middle, comes to Allard. Allard with a little time. Up to Houseworth, it's tipped in. Houseworth and Sinsky after it. Houseworth plays it behind the net to Chinsky. He's got Zukowski in front. Couldn't get it to her. Skates it out. Go with it. Chinsky. Chinsky leaves it for Allard. Allard shot all off a shin pad and comes to Verduzco. Verduzco back to Allard. Allard up the middle. Deflected in. There's Houseworth now. Two shots. Calgary brings it in. Calgary to the front of the net. Verduzco does a nice job clearing that behind the net. Chinsky takes the loose puck. He's turned back behind the net. Up the boards, but nobody was there, and the shot off the back of the net. Verduzco in the corner, battles for it, along with Houseworth. Oh, Calgary comes out with it. Cleared out by Allard. Verduzco pressures to the front of the net. Shot just wide by Calgary. Now Calgary with it behind the net. Allard presses along with Verduzco. Puck comes free to Zakiski, who plays it off the Calgary defenseman and into the Calgary zone. Zakiski pressures. Brought up by Calgary. Up through the middle. That's off of high house and cleared by Fetchner. Right? Looking forward. Tinker clears the center. Zakiski pressures. Now up the middle. Calgary with it. Long pass up. Fetchner does a nice job to defend that. Tinker with some space. Reich takes the loose puck. Reich across the blue line. He takes it into the corner. Tinker is in there to support. Tinker and Reich both chase. Crawford pressures. It's sent down the ice by Calgary, and looks like that'll make it for icing. With 13:36 to go here in the first, score is 1-0 Calgary. Wyatt in for the draw. Wyatt wins it back to Murphy. Murphy, oh, D to D goes cut off. Verduzco does a nice job to break that up. Murphy with it in the corner. Goes around the board to Crawford. He clears it to center to Wyatt. He's got some space. Wyatt from the side of the net. Couldn't get the shot off. Here's Crawford in the corner. Plump gets after it behind the net. Now Crawford in the corner digging for it. Puck comes out to Wyatt in front. Wyatt's shot's blocked. Calgary clears it to center. Looks like Murphy will get to it. Murphy from behind the net. Up the board. Gets it just out. There's a Verduzco, clears it down the ice. That'll be icing. With 12:46 to go here in the first. There's Parsons in for the draw. Draws one back by Parsons to Van Vesten. Played around the boards to Allard. Allard plays up the middle. Ooh, just missed Tinker. That's on net. So icing's waved off and Tinker pressure. Tinker unable to turn it over there. Calgary brings it up the other side. Parsons pressures. Comes to Van Vesten who plays it back in. And goalie's going to hold on to that for a whistle with 12:23 to go here in the first. Still 1-0 Calgary. Parsons lining up for the draw. Scramble draw taken by Calgary. Played past Ben Dustin. Allard has to get back for it. Nyland does a nice job to cut off the 2-on-1. Allard from behind the net, just missed Tinker. Kept in at the blue line. Here's Parsons with it inside the blue line. Looking for Tinker, but couldn't get it up to her. Allard pressures at the line. Allard now off the board. Didn't get out. Shot right on, and Rosinski spears it into the corner. Van Vesten presses. Here's Nyland with it. Nyland finds some space, plays it to center ice, and he says they'll get off for a change as icing's waved off. Here's Parsons pressuring. Parsons turns it back into the corner. Uskowski pressures. Puck comes back to Fetchner at the point. Fetchner plays it back behind the net. Kinski is from the corner, tries to come out with it. Kinski comes out, looking to get the shot off. Kinski's still with it. Centering pass is blocked. The second attempt comes out front, but Houseworth wasn't there. Calgary brings it up. Fetchner pressures. Houseworth unable to grab that puck. Fetchner now in the corner looking for it. Played into the near corner. Here's Houseworth bringing up the boards to Kinski. Gets past her. Houseworth though gets it outside. Now Ihas and Houseworth battling for it. Played in by Calgary. Fetchner back for it. Fetchner plays it around to Stolsky. Stolsky checks just inside the blue line. Pressuring now is Ihas. Puck comes to Chinsky. Chinsky plays it just over the boards. Face-off will be in the D zone for ice. Tinker in for the draw. Puck comes into the corner. Redusko couldn't get the clear. Murphy does. Played back in by Calgary. Wazinski leaves it for Redusko. Goes up the far side to Tinker, but he's checked. Calgary plays shot behind the net. Reich's going to pressure. Puck comes to Redusko. Now Tinker looking for Reich, but couldn't get it to her. Tinker and Redusko looking for it. Play it out to the middle by Tinker. Zikitsky pressures. Now Reich pressures. Reich knocks it along the board. Played in by Calgary. Murphy back for it. She's got time. Murphy reversed to Verduzco, who lost the time for Verduzco to Reich. Couldn't catch it. Calgary now goes D to D. Bringing it up the middle. Nice touch pass there, but Zikitsky gets it and plays it up. Too many men was waved off there by the linesman. Brought up now by Calgary. Calgary brings it in. Crawford on the back deck. Goes down. Pressured now by Dan Bastion in the corner. Crawford comes in to help. Tries to get it to Wyatt, but kept in by the defenseman. There's Allard. Takes it behind the net to Klump. Klump. Oh, Klump couldn't get it up to Wyatt there. Puck's played back in by Calgary. Allard with time. Reverses. He's checked. Wyatt comes in to help. Girl in the front. Here's Klump in the corner. Plays it to the blue line, but not out. Here's Van Bastion playing it up into neutral ice. Wyatt pressures. Played behind the net by Calgary. Klump's pressures. Tinker's going to get after it. Puck's played up to center ice. Parsons tries to get to Tinker, does. Now Tinker from the side of the net has Parsons in front. Shot saved by the goalie. Loose puck. Tinker's after it. Centering to Parsons. Parsons shot. The puck sits there. Puck's still loose in front. It's under a Calgary player. Now played to the front of the net by Parsons, and the goalie holds onto it for a whistle. So first real good opportunity there for the Ice. 8:22 to go here in the first period. Parsons wins it back to Ihas, who plays it behind the net. Now after it is Tinker. Tinker plays it back into the corner. Parsons digging for it. Parsons and Tinker battle for it in the corner. Tinker gets it out to Nyland, who couldn't quite get the shot off there. And Ihas does a nice job keeping that in. Played around behind the net by Calgary. Fetchner trying to keep in along the boards. Oh, gets hit hard. No call. The Fetchner floating it up. Here's Ihoff cleaning up the boards to Tinker, who plays it in deep. And after it is Parsons, reversed by Calgary defenseman. And Calgary looking for the stretch pass behind Fetchner. That's icing's waved off. Fetchner now from behind the net gets it up to Uskowski, who knocks it to center. Uskowski pressures. Calgary regroups. Parsons now with it at center ice. Gets it to Uskowski, but she goes in early. Calgary now bringing it up the near side. Across the blue line. Poke check by Murphy. Kinski couldn't grab it. Murphy now battling for it in the corner. Played behind the net. Reduced goal pressure. Out to the point by Calgary. Kinski pressures. Puck's taken by Reduced goal, but the defenseman pinches to keep it in. And a nice shot by Calgary. And then equally nice save by Reduced. Houseworth in for the draw. One back by Calgary. Played behind the net. Murphy's going to go back for it. Murphy up the board. Producio, defenseman pinches on it. Producio couldn't get it out. Uskowski now digging for it. Couldn't come up with it. Houseworth now brings it up. Houseworth has Kinski up. I couldn't handle that pass. No, D to D by Calgary. Houseworth is knocked down. Calgary brings it up. Calgary through center, across the blue line. Kept wide by Van Vesten. Houseworth pokes it free in the corner, and Allard's got it with some room. Kaczynski pokes it over to Uskowski, who finds some space. Uskowski in alone. Shoots and scores. Uskowski on the breakaway makes a 1-1. Puts away to the first period. There's Tinker in for the draw. Arm will draw. Taken back by Calgary. Pressured by Zakiski. Up to Van Vesten. Van Vesten up to Zakiski. Calgary defenseman grabs it. Zakiski pressures. Played up the boards by Calgary. Oh, and it's 2-on-1 as Van Vesten pinches on it. And now deflected over the net by Allard. They can't hear me. Can they want to hear me? The only volume I have is this one. I'll try. Tinker for the draw. Wins it into the corner. Ihoff pokes it up to Zakiski. Gets up the right. He is set. Cuts that center ice. Brought it in by Calgary. Calgary drops it. Nice play by Fetchner to take the puck. Couldn't get it out though. 2-on-1 here. Pass across is broken up by Ihoff. Shot towards the net. Zakiski or Rosinski plays it behind the net. Played out front. Right check first. Here's Zakiski. There's space. Zakiski brings it in. Catch Fetchner going to the net. Shot right on, and the goalie holds onto it for a whistle. Houseworth in for the draw. Shot by Uskowski is blocked. Uskowski corner. Chinsky keeping it in. Played to the center. Ihoff off the Calgary player and into the rafters. Here's Verduzco playing it to Murphy. Murphy plays it in. Klump battles for it. Puck comes to Klump in front with time. Shot right on, and nice save by the goalie. Here's Wyatt in for the draw. Wyatt, it's won by Calgary and taken behind the net. Pressured by Crawford, brought up the far side by Calgary. Wyatt with it, just outside the blue line. Couldn't get it back in. Crawford unable to knock it in. It's played down the ice by Calgary. Icing the call. .4:12 to go in the first period. Scores 1-1. It's Parsons in for the draw. Wins it over towards Nyland. Plays it back to Berdusco, but the puck comes out. Here's Tinker with it. Tinker up to Nyland. Nyland unable to handle it. Played it back to Murphy. Murphy loses it with the ref. Murphy gets it back, and she's checked as she brings it out. No call. Here's Tinker with the puck at center. Up to Nyland. Nyland back to Tinker. Tinker. Shot towards the net is off a stick and into the mesh. .340 to go in the first. Score still 1-1. Parsons in for the draw. It's won back by Calgary. Calgary plays around the boards. Then Bastian decides not to pinch on it. Good decision. Brought up now by Calgary. Allard one-on-one. Shot towards the net. Stood behind the net by Rosinski. She was down. Played at the side of the net. Allard gets her player down. Puck's sitting in the crease. Allard clears into the corner. Calgary up the boards to the defenseman. It's played back in. Allard's going to have some time here. Plays it. Oh, the puck passed to Dembestian. Doesn't get through. Parsons brings it out, but Calgary player takes it to the front of the net. Dembestian can grab it, and Rosinski's seen enough and holds onto it for a whistle with 3 minutes left in the first period. Here's Houseworth in for the draw. Scramble draw played back by Calgary. Shot right on, and Rosinski holds onto it for a face-off. Here's Houseworth waiting for the draw. Wins it towards Ihas. Played to the point, but not out. Here's Fetchner. Gets it up to Chinsky. Chinsky plays it in softly and gets after it. Oh, interference being called against Calgary here, I think. It was a little bit of a soft call, I think, but we'll take it. So ice power play at 2:45 of the first period. In for the draw is Houseworth. Wins it towards Ushkowski. She's knocked down. Gets the puck back to Fetchner though. Back to Ushkowski. Ushkowski with a little space trying to bring it to the net. Does. Shot right on. Houseworth digging for it. The goalie has it covered. Houseworth in for the draw. Wins it back to Fetchner. Fetchner goes D to D. Back to Fetchner. Has a little time down to Ushkowski. Centers. Oh, just misses Chinsky on the back door. Puck's played to the blue line. Here's Dembestian. Plays it back in. Houseworth has to clear, and Calgary fires it down the ice. Here's Dembestian. Takes it behind the net. Stops with it. Chinsky's going to follow her. Oh, I don't know if that's the breakout they were working on in last practice. Chinsky couldn't grab that puck, and it's sent back in by Calgary. There's Dembestian taking it behind the net. Dembestian still with it. Pass is off the Calgary player, and Brzezinski's seen enough and holds onto it. Here's Parsons lining up for the draw. Parsons wins it right back to Murphy. Murphy with time. Takes it behind the net. Now Murphy from behind the net goes up to Nyland. Goes cross ice to Tinker. Leaves it for Allard. Allard back to his pass is intercepted. Allard gets the puck back, but then gets it back to Murphy. Murphy's checked hard. There's Murphy and Tinker digging for it. Parsons couldn't come up with it. Murphy with time has Nyland wide open. Keeps it to Tinker. Tinker looking for a pass over, I think. She's pressured. Here's Nyland. Nyland pass to Tinker. Tinker, lots of room now to bring it in. Tinker with time at the side of, in the corner, leaves it for Nyland. Nyland looking to center. Does, and Allard tips it on net. And goalie holds onto it for a whistle. With 19 seconds left on the power play. Minute 4 in the period. Here's Parsons in for the draw. Wins it back to Ihas. Ihas with time. Throws it behind the net to Allard. Allard centers. Puck comes out front, but Nyland couldn't get a piece of it. It's sent down the ice as the penalty is about to expire. Here's Ihas with time. Ihas goes up to Nyland. Nyland looking for a stretch pass. Couldn't find Parsons, but gets it to Fetchner. Fetchner plays it in. Now throwing up the boards. 2-on-1 developing here with Ihas 3-on-1. Ihas does a nice job of breaking that up. Puck's behind the net though. Played out front. Fetchner takes the puck, gets it to Nyland. Nyland has Fetchner. Fetchner is checked as she goes to dump it in. There's Tinker. Leaves it for Murphy, but couldn't get it to her. Now with 10 seconds left. Tinker plays at the boards, shots on net, and puck's behind the net. Calgary centering. 2 seconds left in the period as shot off a Calgary player in front, and that's the end of the first. Score 1-1. I'm gonna stop it here and be back for the second period. Verduzco up to Tinker. Tinker knocks it in. Played behind the net by Calgary. Nyland trying to poke it back to the point. Didn't get there, but Murphy keeping it in briefly. Verduzco now gets it into Tinker. Tinker battles for it. Calgary comes up with it. Played up by Calgary. Pressured by Verduzco. Now it's broken up with Ushkowski and played back. Verduzco with lots of time. Plays it up to Nyland. Played back. Here's Verduzco to center ice. Calgary with it. Nyland up the boards. Then second attempt to Parsons. She's unable to catch that one, and Calgary defenseman brings it right back up ice. Played on net, and Rosinski holds on to it. 18:35 to go here in the second. Score still 1-1. Houseworth in for the draw. It's won back by Calgary. Played to the front of the net. Puck sits there. Cleared up the boards by Fetchner. Fetchner now looking for it behind the net. Played out to the point by Calgary. Played back into the corner. It's past Ihas. Fetchner heading back for it in the corner. Runs into the ref. Chinsky couldn't grab that puck. And puck's played back into the corner by Calgary. Fetchner with time. Has Ushkowski, but player right on her. Oh, puck gets fired. Ushkowski on a break. Ushkowski right in. Fires it. Rebound. Oh, Chinsky couldn't put it in the rebound. It was wide open net. Net's off. As the Calgary defenseman goes through the net. Great chance there for Jade on the rebound, but couldn't find it. Here's Houseworth in for the draw. Scramble draw. Put it out by Calgary, and they play it back behind the net. Chinsky's going to pressure. Play to the back. Here's Houseworth wraparound attempt. Puck sits there in the crease. Goalie still hasn't grabbed it. Uskowski gets knocked to the ice. Tinker lining up for the draw. Wins it back to Allard. Allard from the point, off the shin pad into the boards. Played up the middle by Calgary. Dan Bestrin with time. Plays it back in off the glass. Zukiski and Reich get after it. It's played behind the net by Calgary. Tinker looking for it. Knocks it back into the corner. Reich played it behind the net. Zukiski gets after it. Played up the boards by Calgary. Dan Bestrin trying to keep it in. Unable to. Reich now with it in her feet. Leaves it for Tinker. Tinker played in deep. Calgary back for it. Pressured by Tinker. Now Reich pressures. Played up the boards. Allard leaves it for Reich, who shoots it just wide. Zukiski after it. Zukiski back to Dan Bestrin. Dan Bestrin pokes it back in. Played up the middle. Broken up by Wyatt on the back check. Played behind the net by Calgary. Allard with time behind the net. As Dan Bestrin couldn't handle that pass. Puck's brought back in by Calgary. Here's Allard swinging behind the net. Leaves it for Dan Bestrin. Dan Bestrin in the corner. Up the ice. Oh, just ahead of Klump. And that's going to make it for icing. There's Wyatt in for the draw. Wyatt wins it over to Berdusco, but couldn't come up with the puck. Shot right on, and the puck sits there. Buzinski holds onto it for the whistle. Here's Wyatt. Wins the draw over towards Murphy. It's played behind the net by Calgary. Centering comes right out. Shot found on. Murphy looking for it in the corner. Couldn't come up with it. Played to the front of the net. And a quick whistle by the ref. We'll take that. Here's Parsons in for the draw. Wins it back to Murphy. Murphy's checked. Oh, checked hard. It's going to be a penalty there. This Calgary player took Murphy out behind the net. And ice will go on the power play with 15:59 to go here in the second period. It's like body contact to call. Here's Parsons in for the draw. Parsons draws one back by Calgary. Played to the blue line. Murphy with it just at center ice. She's checked. Murphy comes up with it. It's checked again. Played to the front of the net. Allard with time. Gets to Nyland. Nyland gets to Allard. Oh, just out of her reach and played back out by Calgary. Murphy played to Parsons. Couldn't handle it. Now puck comes to Tinker. Tinker to Murphy. Murphy bringing the puck up. It's a 4-on-2 here as Calgary goes off for a change. Murphy turns back to Parsons. Lots of time. Fires it just wide. Here's Nyland looking for it. Couldn't come up with the puck though. Murphy takes it at center. Played it up. Loose puck. Nobody come up with it. Calgary gets that one. Tinker pressures. Oh, Calgary player finds room. Shot off Murphy and into the corner. Allard leaves it for Murphy. Murphy takes it behind the net to set up for the breakout. Here's Murphy going up to Nyland. Nyland leaves it for Tinker. Tinker turns up to Parsons. Parsons plays it in. Parsons comes up with it in the corner. Parsons leaves it for Nyland. He gets it to Tinker. Back to Nyland. Nyland from the blue line to Dan Bestian. Dan Bestian, couldn't get the shot through. Now second time does, and it goes right through the front of the net. Here's Nyland from the point, down to Tinker. Tinker brings it out. Tinker, found on the shot. Try there by Tinker. Calgary put her way up ice, behind everybody. And Rosinski's going to play that one up the boards. That comes to Chinsky. Chinsky's got Parsons with her. Parsons couldn't handle that pass, though. Chinsky pressures, knocks the puck free. Chinsky now from behind the net with Huskowski. Center comes all the way back to the point. Then Bestian keeping it in at the blue line. Puck gets played past Houseworth. Still nobody back. Oh my gosh. A little mixed up on who the defensemen were out there. And nobody went on for the ice. Here's Houseworth looking for it in the corner. Comes to Fetchner. Up to Dan Bestian. Dan Bestian has 2 breakaway passes. Gets it up to Chinsky. Chinsky. That was right close to being offside. Pass out to Huskowski. Tip just misses the net. Huskowski pressures now. Calgary is even for 5-on-5. That's off Houseworth and stays in. Again off Houseworth. Pressured. Puck comes to Houseworth at center ice. Houseworth walks in, fires it over the net. Houseworth pressures, played up the boards. Huskowski couldn't keep it in. Here's Chinsky with time. Brings it in. Chinsky stops at the blue line. And I think that's a net guard in it. And Calgary takes the puck. And Ihas breaks the play up. Puck comes to Fetcher. Up the middle. Yikes. Shot off the crossbar and into the mesh. That was a dangerous pass by the ice defenseman. There's Tinker in for the draw with 12:40 to go here in the second. Score still 1-1. Tinker wins it back into the corner. Murphy plays it around to Berdusco. Berdusco looking for Zakiski. She tips it to center ice. Zakiski and Tinker get after it. Puck comes to Tinker behind the net. Tinker centers. Calgary turns it up ice. Kept in by Berdusco. She plays it behind the net. There's Murphy trying to keep it in along the blue line. Long pass out. Gets behind Berdusco. But Berdusco gets back for it. Puck comes to Reich. Reich couldn't handle it. Now to Zakiski. Zakiski leaves it for, I think, Reich, but Murphy takes it. Murphy loses the puck there, but has time to turn it up ice. Has Tinker way up. Tinker deflects it in as they make changes. Calgary takes it behind the net. We're bringing up the boards. Wyatt pressures, but Calgary keeps coming. Shot just wide by Calgary. Here's Dembestian in the corner. She's checked. Played out front. Puck comes to Crawford. Crawford has Wyatt with her. Plays it in soft. Wyatt getting after it, but penalty coming to Calgary. Maybe 2 coming to Calgary as Wyatt gets checked. And Crawford got checked. So interference on Calgary with 11:28. Ice power play. It's icing.
But we got a penalty though.
Yeah, but the icing was what caused the penalty. So they take it at neutral ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's Houseworth in for the draw. Wyshkowski digging for it. Houseworth back to Dembestian. Dembestian goes back to Fetchner. Fetchner looking for a stretch pass. Up to Wyshkowski. Gets a piece of it but couldn't handle it. Wyshkowski now pressures behind the net. Played up the middle by Calgary and down the ice. Nice clear by Calgary. Dembestian comes back for it. Stops behind the net. Nearly gets checked at the side of the net there. Here's Houseworth with it. Houseworth skating it up to pass to Fetchner. Fetchner Goes back to Dembestrian, to Fetchner. Fetchner up to Chinsky. Chinsky couldn't handle that pass, but Houseworth gets it to Chinsky. Chinsky with time. Chinsky shot. Nice save by the goalie as Houseworth was screening her. Here's Dembestrian, plays it into Bushkowski. Bushkowski centers, but Calgary's going to take that and fire it down the ice. Brzezinski leaves it for Fetchner at the side of the net. Fetchner stops behind. Chinsky comes behind to take the puck. Chinsky with all kinds of space brings it up ice. So Chinsky brings it right in, walks in, shot. Goalie makes a save and holds on to the rebound. With 44 seconds left on the power play. Parsons wins that draw over to Nyland, who gets it back to Tinker, but she's checked at the blue line. Here's Murphy on the back check. Oh, Murphy manages to keep the Calgary player from getting it to the net. Leaves Tinker all by herself. The girl all over. Tinker is checked. Puck comes free and past Nyland. Now in the corner with it. Calgary with it. Calgary player played it behind the net to Murphy. Murphy with time. Murphy up to Nyland. Nyland leaves it for Parsons. Parsons gets tripped up. And Calgary, 3-on-1. Murphy, the only player back, manages to steer it into the corner as Calgary player comes out of the bench. It's 5-on-5 now. Here's Nyland bringing the puck up ice. Nyland shot. Puck sits there in front of the net, but Parsons couldn't get a piece of it. Puck's played to the center ice. Murphy trying to get off for a change, but nobody was going on. Mass confusion there at the gate. Here's Parsons though. She's checked. Crawford comes in to help. Puck's played around the boards. Ihas punches to keep it in. Unable to. Puck's played to center ice. Klump unable to get a piece of it. Now Ihas plays it up to Crawford, who dumps it in. Icing's waved off. Klump and Wyatt pressure. Puck gets played to Crawford, which couldn't handle it. That puck's played back into the corner. Klump digging for it along with Wyatt. Puck's played up the boards. Gets past Fetchner. And puck comes to Wyatt. Wyatt plays it back in, and Icing's waved off. Klump pressures. Wyatt pressures. Up the boards. Gets behind Berdusco. Berdusco comes back for it with 3 Calgary players. Fetchner takes that one. Up to Klump. Leaves it for Wyatt. Wyatt brings it in. Plays it behind the net. Chinsky takes it behind the net. It's in their feet. Chinsky in the corner looking to bring it out. Chinsky leaves it for Houseworth. Houseworth's checked in front of the net. Bushkowski pressures. Played behind the net by Calgary. Houseworth leaves it for Bushkowski. Brings it out front to Chinsky. Couldn't get the shot off. Here's Murphy. Lands on the shot. Calgary brings it up. 3-on-2. Murphy trying to keep her wide. Does so. Centering pass. Comes right through the slot. From the point. Berdusco blocks that. And breakaway pass to Chinsky. Chinsky all by herself. And nice save by the Calgary goalie. Here's Chinsky back with it. Looking for space. Leaves it for Dembestrian. Fires it right on. Rebound. Houseworth couldn't knock in the rebound there at the side of the net. Calgary bringing the puck back up ice. Dumped in by Calgary. Brzezinski steers it into the corner. Allard looking for it along with Houseworth. Wright comes in and takes the puck and clears to the blue line. It's checked. Allard and Reich have it tied up along the boards. Puck's played out by Zakiski. Zakiski has speed. She's going to get there on a breakaway. And Zakiski's shot. Saved by the goalie. Here's Reich. Back to Allard at the point. Allard fires it. Nice save by the goalie. Reich leaves it for Zakiski. Reich pressures. Played to Allard at the point. Allard has to cycle back with it to neutral ice. Allard up to Reich. Her pass to Zakiski's blocked. Tinker unable to knock that one free. Centering pass is behind the Calgary player. Here's Dan Bestian bringing the puck up ice. Calgary steers it back in. Dan Bestian unable to get that one. Shot blocked. Reich pressures. Reich knocks that one out. And Zakiski looking for it. Now Reich pressures, knocks it free. Tinker knocks it free. Here's Allard. Leaves it for Tinker to Reich to Allard. Allard's going to bring it in on the near side. Allard to the net. Nice save by the goalie. Tinker after the rebound. Tinker has Parsons and Nyland in front. Comes out herself, shoots. Puck steered behind the net by Calgary. Here's Nyland from behind the net. Back to Ihas. Back to pass is intercepted. Nyland couldn't get to it. Ihas keeping it in at the blue line. Nyland plays it behind the net to Tinker. Tinker trying to bring it out front, unable to. Calgary takes that puck and it's tipped past Ihas. Down the ice for icing. Just 5:04 left in the second period here. Score still 1-1. Parsons wins it back to Murphy. Murphy shot. Oh, and off two shin pads and just wide of the net. That one's centered by Tinker, but gets past Parsons. Verduzco sends it back in. Behind the net now. Parsons pressures along with Nyland. Oh, long pass. Player gets behind Verduzco. Verduzco pressures. Nice save there by Rosinski on the breakaway. Here's Wyatt in for the draw. Wins it back to Verduzco. Verduzco pass to Crawford, doesn't get through, but Crawford gets it up to Wyatt, who plays it down the ice, and that'll be icing. Wyatt in for the draw. Scramble draw. Calgary wins it. Takes it right in. Oh, Verduzco ties up the girl and Murphy gets the clear. Crawford clears it to center ice. Pressured by Wyatt. Brought back up by Calgary. Here's Verduzco looking for Klump. Couldn't handle that pass. Klump though, still digging for it. Wyatt gets it to Crawford, who couldn't handle it. Here's Wyatt at center. Wyatt plays it back to Verduzco. Oh, it's off Wyatt's skate. Here's Wyatt all the way back for it. Plays around the boards. Puck gets past Crawford. Klump. Hustles in the forecheck. Calgary defenseman brings it back up ice. Housework pressures. It's sent in by Calgary. Verduzco back for it. Verduzco played up the boards. Crawford unable to handle it. It's played behind the net by Calgary. Murphy's checked. Centering pass broken up by Housework. Chinsky now takes it behind the net. She's finding space. Chinsky with room, but I think interference to call here on ice. Looks like Verduzco going off for 2 for interference. He made a bit of a pick there as Chinsky was swinging out behind the net. Reich in for the draw. It's won back by Calgary. Reich pressures. Brings it back down. Zakiski pressures. Zakiski finds space and sends it down the ice. Zakiski's going to pressure as Calgary comes back behind their net. Calgary long pass up. Gets past Reich. Right to Allard. Allard sends it back down the ice on net. Reich pressures now. Calgary's going to take it behind the net. Brought up the boards by Calgary. Calgary bringing it through the middle. Zakiski unable to get a piece of that one. Calgary in to the blue line. Shot right on. And Rosinski with a nice kick save. It's cleared out to center by Allard. Zakiski pressures. Puck's played up. Zukiski knocks it free. She may have a chance here. Bringing it to the net. Nice shot on net. And Calgary clears. Here's Dan Bestron from the point. Shot towards the net. Comes to Zukiski. Zukiski looking for it. That gets it to Wyatt. Zukiski back to Wyatt. Zukiski's trying to get off the ice. Here's Wyatt. What time? She has Tinker in front. Wyatt centers. Calgary now trying to bring it up ice. Gets past Ihas, but Ihas couldn't come up with the puck. Here's Fetchner looking for it. Nice back check by Tinker, and she sends it up ice. Oh, kept in by Calgary. Shot to the front of the net. Steered just wide. Ihas pressures, kind of, sort of. There's Ihas being aggressive. And Tinker's going to pressure now. Oh, pass out to the point. Calgary working around the outside and on the one-timer. Here's Wyatt looking for it. Gets stuck to Tinker, who's going to send it down the ice. Wyatt's going to get in on the forecheck as the penalty expires. And we're back to 5-on-5. Here's Nyland knocking it back in. That was offside. Here's Calgary bringing it in. Played in behind the net by Calgary. Back for it's Murphy. Murphy's checked behind the net. Sent out to center by Calgary. Calgary regroups. Playing it up the boards. Broken up there by Murphy. Parsons comes back looking for it. It's played to the front of the net. Fetchner takes it behind the net. Plays around the boards. Tinker looking for it along the boards. Played to the front of the net. Just goes through. Murphy pressures. Shot right on. Puck sits there. Murphy couldn't grab it. Second shot saved by Rosinski. Puck sitting in the high slot. Shot wide by the defenseman. Here's Nyland with time. She's got Tinker up ice. Oh, Nyland, not sure where she was playing that one. Calgary player shot. It's blocked by Murphy. Nice pass out front. Shot just wide. Calgary with it still. Played to the point. Gets past the defenseman. Tinker's going to get in on the forecheck with 10 seconds left in the period. Puck comes up the boards. Nyland couldn't get it. Parsons does. Here's Tinker's coming out. And there's a penalty coming to, I think, Parsons. I don't know why they... I don't know. I guess Parsons is getting it for slashing with 3 seconds left in the period. She went right off, so she felt guilty. Calgary, 3 seconds in the period on the power play. Draws one by Houseworth, and Dan Bestron holds on to it.
Oh, yeah!
Be 1-1 going into the third. Calgary on the power play to start the third period. Right in for the draw. Scramble draw taken by Calgary. Zukiski pressures. Now Calgary bringing it up. They turn back. Zukiski watches. Brought up the far side by Calgary. And in. Right pressures. Shot on. Zukiski or Rosinski plays it behind the net. Calgary with it. From the point shot. Nice blocker save by Rosinski. From the point, broken up there by Reich. Reich pressures. Calgary to the center, broken up again by Reich. Zukiski trying to keep him out. Brought in by Calgary, Dan Bestron. Leaves it for Allard. Allard is checked behind the net. Still with it though. Allard looking to clear, unable to. Reich leaves it for Rosinski, and she holds onto it for a whistle. Minute 5 left in the power play here for Calgary. Here's Tinker in for the draw. Wins the draw over towards Murphy. It's played out to the blue line, but not out. At the side of the net, Murphy sends it around the boards. That's going to make it down the ice. Is Wyatt's going to get in the pressure. Wyatt may beat him to it. Wyatt does, and the puck's in the corner. Wyatt battling for it, trying to kill some time. Puck's played behind the net by Calgary. Wyatt comes out with it. Centering pass is blocked by the goalie. Now Tinker fires it back in behind the net. Wyatt pressures. Calgary turns back. Calgary bringing it up the near side. That's played in by Calgary. That should be icing. And it is with 25 left on the power play. Wyshkowski lining up for the draw. Played back behind the net by Calgary. Wyshkowski watches her. Calgary defenseman eludes the check and sends it up ice. Murphy misses on the poke there. Centering pass broken up by Wyshkowski. It's in her skates. Calgary played back in. Berdusco pressures. Crawford there to help. Played out to the point by Calgary as the penalty expires. Behind the net. Puck comes to Crawford in front. Crawford takes her time off the boards. Looking for Parsons. Just missed her on the bank pass. And the goalie holds onto it for a whistle. Here's Parsons in for the draw. Wins it back, but Calgary first to it. Tinker plays it back in deep. From behind the net, Parsons pressures. Calgary goes up the middle, gets past Nyland. Oh, here's trouble, 2-on-1. Shot right on, and Rosinski holds onto it for a face-off. Here's Parsons in for the draw. Played behind the net by Ihas. Ihas reverses it up to Tinker. Tinker has a pinching defenseman on her. Trying to get it past her. Does. Now Nyland at the blue line gets it over to Parsons. Parsons taking it in. Parsons trying to get a shot off. Nyland at the side of the net. Over the goalie, and it's on top of the net. Looks like both of them going, or just the Calgary player. Looks like Calgary getting 2 there for roughing in front of the net. Oh, head contact to call. Just 2 minutes. Here's Houseworth in for the draw. His ice go on the power play. 7:11 left in the third. Chinsky gets it back to Dembestian. Chinsky eludes one check. Chinsky centers. Wyshkowski's tied up, but it comes to Fetchner. Her shot's blocked. And Calgary clears it to center. Here's Dembestian. Pass up to Wyshkowski. She gets it by one player. Houseworth with it. Coming in. Shoot. Just off a shin pad and wide. Wyshkowski and Houseworth battle for it behind the net. Houseworth comes up with it. Back to Fetchner, but couldn't handle that pass. Fetchner comes all the way back for it with 1:24 left on the power play. Here's Fetchner from behind the net to Houseworth. Couldn't handle that pass. And Calgary's going to dump it back in. Fetchner going back for it. Fetchner to Dembestian. Passes behind her. Couldn't get it. Oh, a little sloppiness there by Ice. Puck comes free, and Dembestian trying to get to Chinsky. Brings it up herself. Dembestian brings it right in. Leaves it back for Houseworth. Shot on net. Steered into the corner. And that's actually into the mesh for a face-off with 51 seconds left on the power play. Here's Parsons lining up for the draw. Scramble draw comes to Calgary and they send it down the ice. Brzezinski leaves it for Murphy. Murphy stops with it behind the net. Murphy brings it up herself. Leaves it for Parsons. Parsons bringing it up ice. Gets into the zone and shot. Blocked in front. Now played around the boards by Calgary. Gets past Nyland and down the ice. Murphy has to head back for it. Parsons is going to... Nope. Here's Murphy from behind the net with 15 seconds left on the power play. Goes up and open boards to Tinker. Tinker, pass across the Nyland. That was off a skate. Tinker own player. Tinker pressures now as the penalty is about to expire. Parsons looking forward. It's played back by Calgary as we're even. Tinker pressures. Brought in by Calgary. Gets past Murphy. And Brzezinski holds on to it. Tinker in for the draw. It's won back by Calgary. Shot steered behind the net by Brzezinski. After it is Fetchner and Wright. Puck comes to Fetchner. Finds some room. Pass is blocked. Played behind the net by Calgary. Tinker pressures. And along with Ihas. Played to the front. Wright breaks that up. Puck comes all the way down the ice. And goalie's going to hold on to it with Wright there. Tinker in for the draw. It's won back by Calgary. Wright pressures. Puck gets played past her. Now bring it up the boards. Fetchner misses the poke. Ihas though gets it to Tinker. Back to Ihas. Ihas is checked. Centering pass. Calgary player couldn't handle it. Here's Fetchner up the boards. Couldn't get it up to Wright. Played back behind the net by Calgary. Ihas pressures. That comes to the point. Zakiski pressures. Centering pass broken up by Reich. That's sent down the ice. Icing's waved off as Calgary goes back for it and the ice make changes. It's Crawford pressuring. Pass up by Calgary. Klump looking for it. Played to Crawford. Puck's brought up by Calgary now. Got Berdusco. Goes around Berdusco. Shot and Brzezinski holds on to it. Stolen it at all. Looks like they called her a goal. It was in. Calgary goes up 2-1. He's wide in for the draw. Calgary wins the draw. Fires it in. Brzezinski plays it into the corner. Berdusco back for it. Played up the boards. Calgary pinches to keep it in. He's wide. Trying to get it out. Does. Klump couldn't grab it. Puck's played across to Crawford. Up the ice. Here's Wyatt after it. Wyatt from the corner loses the puck. Klump looking for it. Klump plays it back behind the net. Ushkowski after it. Puck's played in the corner. Wyatt pressures. Now Ushkowski. Ushkowski comes up with it. Has Murphy in front. Backhand on net. Klump digging for it. Puck's still free and the goalie holds on to it finally. There's Housework in for the draw. Wins it back to Allard. Allard looking to get the shot off. Goes around the forward. She's checked though. Puck comes to Dan Bastian. Allard unable to keep it in. There's Housework into the draw. It's won back by Calgary. Calgary DDD and up the middle. Good back check there by Housework to bring that puck loose. Here's Ushkowski finding some room. Ushkowski brings it in. Ushkowski fires and the goalie holds onto it for the whistle. Housework in for the draw. It's won back by Calgary. D to D, pressured by Ushkowski. Housework looking for it in the corner. Gets to Chinsky. Chinsky couldn't handle it. Now Calgary bringing it up from behind the net. Up the middle, Denbestian back for it. One on her. Oh. Denbestian still with it. Played up the middle to Chinsky. Chinsky's checked. Pressure by Housework, sent back in. Allard back for it. Allard in the corner, it's checked. Tinker looking for the puck along with Housework. Allard takes it. Allard's checked. Allard plays it behind the net. It's going to come around to Chinsky on the boards. Chinsky deflects it to a Calgary player. And it's played in. Allard, a little bit of time there. Off the boards to Tinker. Hopped over her stick. D to D, but Chinsky was right there, but couldn't come up with it. And Calgary fires it in. Ihas back for it. Playing it up the boards to Chinsky. Played back to Fetchner, but that actually goes right on net. And Rosicki holds onto it for a face-off. Here's Parsons in for the draw. One back by Calgary. Played in deep by the defenseman. Ihas looking for it. Puck's played to the middle. Parsons with room. Has Nyland breaking up ice. Parsons checked at the blue line, sends it in deep. Nyland trying to get it over to Parsons. She's checked. Puck's in front. Digging for it is Parsons and Tinker. It comes out to Nyland. Nyland's going to send it back in front. Comes all the way back to Ihas. Couldn't handle that pass. She has to go back for it. Plays it back up the boards. Gets past Tinker. Calgary brings it back in ice. Ihas, full check miss. Shot just over the net. Nyland breaks that up. Parsons looks for the puck. Now Nyland trying to poke it out. Is unable to. It's kept in at the blue line by Calgary. And Fetchner missed Tinker on it. That'll go down for icing. With 10:16 left in the third period. Here's Tinker in for the draw. Wins it over towards Berdusko. Played up the boards. Reich couldn't get a piece of that one. Reich now with it. Played up the boards. Tinker's going to pressure. Calgary spins it up the boards. Reich pressures. Up the... Oh, Murphy couldn't quite keep it in at the blue line. Tinker in for the draw. Scramble draw. Played in by Tinker. Reich pressures. Reversed by the defenseman. Comes all the way out to Murphy at the point. Murphy trying to keep it in. Does so. Second attempt gets out for Calgary. It's a 2-on-1 with Berdusko. Broken up by Berdusko. Tinker brings it back in. Leaves it for Reich. Reich looking for it at center. Leaves it for Zakiski. Zakiski's checked. Oh, couldn't find ice. Reich plays it in. Now Zakiski pressures. Calgary bringing it up ice. Oh, that was offside. No call by the ref. Reich pressures. Gets it up to Wyatt. Now right clears to center. Calgary brings it back in. Verduzco presses. Verduzco trying to tie her up in the corner. Wyatt in there to help. Wyatt goes down. Oh, played in front. Wright breaks that up. And Wyatt grabs a loose puck and brings it up ice. Wyatt 1-on-2. Trying to spin. Wyatt's still with it though. Protecting the puck in the corner. She's checked finally. Puck's played around the boards by Calgary. Denbestian keeping it in. Shot towards the net. Goes through to the corner. Wyatt trying to play it back, but it goes to center ice. Denbestian hustles back for it. Denbestian from behind the net. Goes up to Crawford. Crawford couldn't get the pass to Wyatt. Puck's still in. Then comes out. Houseworth looking for that one. Bump now. Looking for the puck. It's played in deep. Here's Denbestian. Couldn't get that to that one. Crawford digging for it. It's played to the point, but not out. Shot. Blocker to side by Rosinski. Calgary pitches to keep it in. Here's Denbestian in the corner. Looking for Crawford. It gets behind her. Calgary now trying to bring the puck back up ice. Played in by Calgary. Here's Denbestian in behind the net. Played around the boards. Chinsky not out there yet. Oh, now here's Chinsky with it with time. Chinsky has Ushkowski breaking. Chinsky, nice play and gets it on net. Now second one on net. The goalie holds on to the rebound. 7:31 to go here in the third. Calgary leading 2-1. It's Houseworth in for the draw. Wins it towards Ushkowski. Ushkowski comes out with it. Shot right on. And the goalie grabs the rebound as Houseworth was trying to go to the net. It's Houseworth in for the draw. Wins it over to Ushkowski again. She's tied up. Houseworth takes the puck from the corner. Centering. Hits Chinsky in the skates. Puck sits there, but nobody can get their stick on it. It's into the corner. Chinsky digging for it. Chinsky and Houseworth still digging for it. Puck comes, just gets played through Ushkowski's skates. Ihas has to come back for it. Ihas with one honor gets to Chinsky. Chinsky has Houseworth and Ushkowski up ice. Couldn't get it to him. Calgary. Calgary makes it 3-1 at 6:51 of the third. Here's Parsons in for the draw. Calgary wins it back and sends it up ice. Off Parsons. Verduzco back for it. Doesn't have much help. Murphy gets back there and plays it into the corner. Calgary from the corner. Played behind the net. Verduzco over to it. Verduzco up the boards to Nyland. Nyland trying to get it up to Parsons, and it's cleared to center ice. After it's Tinker. Tinker in the corner battling for it. Tinker trying to bring it out front to Parsons. Couldn't get it to her. Calgary brings it up ice. Verduzco pokes that one to the boards. Played in deep by Calgary, and that'll be icing. 6:05 left in the third. There's Parsons in for the draw. Wins it towards Nyland, but it's played behind the net by Calgary. Calgary bringing up the middle. Broken up there by Tinker. Tinker and Parsons digging for it. Puck comes to the blue line. Verduzco keeps it in. Here's Tinker from the side of the net. Centering pass gets by Nyland and Verduzco. And Verduzco at center ice to Murphy. Up to Tinker. Tinker plays it in deep. Parsons gets in on the forecheck. Played around the boards by Calgary with Tinker pressuring. Allard keeping it in at the blue line. Allard continuing to keep it in. Puck's played out to center. Murphy grabs it. Murphy brings it in. Parsons gets in on the forecheck as the goalie tries to cover it, but the defenseman pulls it away from her. Brought up now by Calgary. Ranks takes that loose puck. Played up to center. Back in by Calgary. Allard from the corner. Allard checked in the corner. Tinker looking for it. Actually, that's Dembestrin looking for it. Comes to Reich to Zakiski. Zakiski pokes it ahead, but Reich couldn't get it. Puck's played up the boards. Ooh, nearly too many men there. Dembestrin in the corner looking for it. Dembestrin and Tinker, but Calgary sends it out to the middle. Reich tips it to center ice. Calgary, long pass, broken up by Allard. Allard with some room. Allard walks in. Shot saved by the goalie. Hard shot by Allard. Looks like she took a shot to the head there. Calgary with it behind the net. Up the middle, broken up by Fetchner. Fetchner plays it in deep. Crawford from the corner, trying to get it to the front of the net. Now Klump trying to get it out front to the Wyatt. Sneaks out front, but couldn't get the shot off. Wyatt's hooked in the corner. Kicks it behind the net to Klump. Klump out to Fetchner at the point. Shot blocked in front. Klump looking for it in the corner, along with Wyatt. Calgary played up the middle. Fetchner's going to take it to center ice. Fetchner up the boards looking for Klump. Klump tips it in. Klump battles. Klump works out from the corner. Oh, Wyatt couldn't get the shot off. And Calgary brings it up on a 3-on-1 with 3:30 left in the period. Fetchner taking for it in the corner. Wyatt looking for it along with Klump. Puck's played to center by Klump, but right back in. Fetchner back to Ihas. Ihas turns back. Oh, sneaks it to everyone, but Calgary defenseman keeps it in the blue line. Played behind the net by Rosinski. Ihas into the corner. Calgary's going to take it. Played out front. Calgary couldn't handle that pass. Shot off Ruszkowski. And, Wyatt had Chinsky breaking, but couldn't get it to her. That's icing. This Housework lining up for the draw. One back by Calgary. Played in deep by the defenseman. Murphy looking for it behind the net. Murphy with a little space. Up to Ushkowski, who tips it in neutral ice. Ushkowski racing for it. Played to the front of the net, but couldn't get it to Chinsky. 2:36 left in the period. 3-1 Calgary. Housework for the draw. It's won by Calgary. Played behind the net by Calgary. Murphy trying to keep it in. Ushkowski does. Played to the side of the net, and the goalie holds onto it for a face-off. Parsons in for the draw. It's won back by Calgary. Played behind the net. Calgary bringing the puck up ice. It's, icing's waved off. So Calgary players give me the first two. Murphy ties her up. Puck's played back into the corner by Calgary. Shot towards the net. Puck sits there. Tinker looking for Parsons, breaking. Parsons one-on-one. It's checked. Calgary played it up ice. Allard back on the ice. Allard plays it cross ice. deflected. Nyland to the blue line. Parsons eludes one check. Parsons trying to get it over to Tinker, but it was behind her. Calgary bringing it in. Nice play by Dan Bestron to break that up. Dan Bestron up to Parsons. Couldn't handle the pass there. Minute 30 left. Here's Allard behind the net. Allard to Dan Bestron. Dan Bestron to Parsons to Tinker. Tinker brings the puck in. She's checked. Played up ice. Couldn't be kept in there by Dan Bestron. Played in deep. Allard back for it. Allard from behind the net. Plays it around the boards. Nobody there. Or a Calgary player there. Shot well wide. Dan Bestron after it. Dan Bestron's pass is cut off and Calgary brings it in 3-on-2. Centering pass by Calgary goes across. Chinsky's going to pressure with 55 seconds left. Brought up ice by Calgary and then Dan Bestron with it. Played to Allard. Allard looking for Rushkowski. Played in deep. Houseworth gets after it. Houseworth in the corner digging for it. The goalie's out, and we're 6-on-5 with Chinsky digging for it in the corner. Comes to Fetchner at the point. Over to Ihas, whose shot is deflected over the net. Here's Rushkowski. Played it back into Chinsky, Tinker. Tinker spins out with it. Tinker right out front. He couldn't find a shooting lane. Tinker was still with it. Played out front. Rushkowski looking for it. Just wide. Oh, it snuck inches wide there. Here's Ihas with it. And it's going to be the end of the game there. 3-1 Calgary. Ender there.